My name is Myrna Berteau, and I'm currently teaching in the Waverly Shell Rock School System. This is my 33rd year of teaching in the Shell Rock Elementary building. I have taught first grade, second grade, third. I've taught multi-age 2-3, multi-age 4-5, and currently I'm in the position of multi-age 4-5 teacher. I've also worked with the high school science and been district math chairperson for K through 12. I also teach at the University of Northern Iowa in math methods. This is a year-long project most years. It kind of varies from year to year. I like to have the students take ownership of their own learning as much as possible, and so a data collection unit like this one with the Harry Potter readers is one that enables us to do just that. The students at the beginning of the year brought ideas of things that they would like to find out about this year. They brainstormed in their cooperative groups about those ideas, and then we came up with one class project. At that time, they decided what all they wanted to learn about Harry Potter readers, and each cooperative group wrote their own survey. They then brought those surveys back and shared them with the rest of the class. We looked for the good points and the fuzzy points in each one of them, and then we wrote a class composite survey. At that time, then we went through the process of who do we want to give this survey to and how will we reach that audience. We brainstormed lots of different ways of how we could get that research topic out to the general public. We talked about who we were trying to target with our survey. At this point, students came with ideas of using the internet. They came with ideas of using the word processing programs that they were familiar with and worked on getting the survey out. This is such an all-encompassing project that it addresses many of the goals that we have. Our standard and benchmarks from the actual curriculum from the Waverly Shell Rock school system are addressed. We work on a lot of the language arts skills, as I mentioned, in the letter writing. But one of the overall goals for me is for students to have a project that they take ownership of. They have created it from the very beginning. It's theirs. They really become involved with it because it is theirs. And anytime we can have as our goal, the goal of having students take control of their own learning, we've gone a long ways. This project, because they have so much ownership of it, some of the actual assessment tools, in fact our rubrics themselves, are written by the students. Toward the end of this project, when the data has been collected, when the students have done their PowerPoint presentations, their first audience for those PowerPoint presentations will be their fellow classmates. And at that point, we will do just as we did with our surveys originally. When each group came with a survey, they shared it with the whole class. The whole class gave them input as to what they had, and then we wrote a collective survey. In the case of the PowerPoint presentations, they will do the presentation with their class. Their classmates will give them their 3 stars and a wish. These are the things we really liked about your presentation, and then something that maybe you could do with that presentation to make it even better. They will not receive a letter grade on this project. They'll receive written comments from me. Each child has a working portfolio that they have in this classroom, and they will probably, and I'm not going to say all of them will, but most of them will probably take their hard copies and their written reflection statements. Many of them will probably put it in the category of, these are the papers that show I'm a quality producer or I'm an effective communicator. The only element that we saw today that was a reenactment was the students going back over the timeline. And we did that because we thought that would help the people looking at this to understand where they've been and where they're going. The students have been able to, via the internet, collect data to answer their own student-generated questions. They then have, because of the programs such as the Tom Snyder's Graph Club, they've been able to take that data and visually display it, and therefore to interpret the results from that survey and to communicate those results to others.